What up, though? As we learn what freedom feels like, which none of us have ever experienced except for rich people, we gonna learn today. The great words of the great comedian. Funny nigga. Funny nigga. I just ate the biggest, sloppiest, juiciest burger I ever tasted in my life. It's so big I can only eat half of it. Now I'll eat the other half later. I want you to feast your eyes on something you big dummies don't never pay attention to. I like to keep you abreast, keep you abreast. You know what I'm saying? Keep you with the breast. You know what I mean? Check this out.
A military unit has attempted to seize the presidential palace in Niger's capital, Niamey, a security source said on Wednesday, just days before handover of power. Early on Wednesday, the sound of heavy gunfire echoed through the capital streets. That was the assailants being pushed back, the security source said, adding that order was now restored. Three other security sources said the rebellious unit from a nearby airbase had fled after the attack was met with heavy shelling and gunfire from the Presidential Guard unit. A search is ongoing. The sources who spoke on condition of anonymity did not comment on the whereabouts of the president-elect Mohamed Bazoum. He is due to be sworn in on Friday after an election victory that was disputed by his opponent, former President Mohamed Usman. The inauguration marks the first democratic transition of power in a country that has witnessed four military coups since independence from France in 1960. Both attacks by Islamic militants and protests have increased since Bazoum's victory in the presidential runoff in February. Usman says the vote was made by fraud. In pockets of the capital on Wednesday, his supporters took to the streets for a scheduled protest. Police fired tear gas, according to witnesses, who also said roads out of the city had been closed.
Okay, so you people saw that title and thought it said niggeria. Nope, it says nigger. So that right there is a country that just performed elections for the very first time ever, and they ain't have nothing but a minor little skirmish. And the party that won the election beat the brakes off of the clowns who tried to uh, overturn the election through military force. Uh, you understand me? Simple, simple and plain. Now, this country, nigger, uh, has 4.7 homicides per 100,000 people. That is the same level of violence. In 2012, they had a maximum of 4.9 homicides per 100,000 people. That is the same amount of violence that we see in America. Understand me? Oh, you want to try to hide it now? Let's see here. We just had it just a second ago. Here we go. It's up top. 4.9 per capita. That was in 2012. Okay, so I guess they had something up now. Then 2018 was 5 uh, per 100,000, or a total of 15,500 murders. So nigger is just as violent as America. But in America, I really doubt you don't see uh, a clown force, a clown brigade come through. We talking? Try to do what they did, which is to overturn the election through military force. That's just dumb. The losers uh, were two times losers because they tried to overturn the elections with military force and got murdered. They got killed up, and then they're looking for the leaders right now as we speak, who uh, caused that shit. Now on this one right here, you got abandoned cities, two abandoned cities, one in Turkey, and then the other in Turkey. Both abandoned cities are in Turkey. Feast your eyeballs on this.
City. Did you know that there is another ghost town close to Varosha? Burj Al Babas in northwest Turkey was designed
Hold
as a
on, that's the
luxury
second
community
city. I
for
don't
foreign.
want you to
So
see
what
that
does the
just yet.
future hold for Varosha? It might be a bustling beach resort again one day. Turkish Cypriot authorities partially reopened the resort last fall, and tourists are now allowed in limited numbers. There are rumors that the resort may be rebuilt and turned into an eco-city. A team of Cypriots and Famagustians from both sides of the divide even spent $33,000 to create a documentary promoting the plans for an eco-city. Did you know that there is another ghost town close to Varosha?
So that's the first city. This is the second city right here.
Was designed as a luxury community for foreign buyers.
Man,
but developers abandoned the project.
Look at all these houses right here. They blocked. They blocked it. Stop blocking. You haters. I want y'all to see it from the top. Look at all these mansions. A mansion is a minimum of 8,000 square foot house in this abandoned city. That begs the question: how in the hell did these two cities fail and become abandoned? Well, the first, this is an abandoned city with hundreds of fully built mansions in this joke. That begs the question: how did it fail? This first one that I was showing you is a resort. This one, let me show you. Hold up. See, there's a resort right there. Hold up. Let me get to it. All right, so they had to go through two strict layers of security to get into this abandoned resort. The abandoned resort, as you can see by the title, cost $150 billion to build back in the 1960s. They had a Ford factory there. They built Fords and sold $1 million worth of cars per month. That's crazy. So how did all that fail? All this grandiose building, how did it fail? Because they're not supposed to be the ones to do it. It's supposed to be us that do this. And that's what I know, and that's what I'm sharing with you, so that you can make that happen. Okay, so any questions? Uh-huh. Salute Leonard. Salute Luke. Salutey Looty. Now, I've told y'all this multiple times for many years, and the understanding of this is growing to. We got I linked up with a crew that got 10,000 members on paper and 2,000 active members, and that's those shows that I be posting on here with the 400 uh, people on the panel live at, you know what I'm saying, at one time. So they comprehend how these processes are based on self reparations. That's the form that they use. You remember yesterday when I posted that debate about reparations. There's three forms of reparations. There's self-reparations, then there's national reparations, then there's individual reparations. Individual reparations is a simple process of suing the United States and proving that you have one slave in your ancestry. So that's easy. National reparations is a little trickier because you got to have political will, and then you got, millions of haters that don't want it to happen. Okay, so then you got self reparations, which is using your group of people to pay into a pot. Okay, pay into a pot. So say you got 1 million people paying something like I don't know, 1 million people paying maybe I don't know. I guess you could say something like $1,000 a year or something like that. I think that's what Ambassador Jim Koa always uses. $1,000 a year times is $1 billion a year. So that's the budget for that group of people. And 1 million, that's nothing. That's nothing. Not a lot of people at all. So then you got $1 billion a year in order to you can use that pot to leverage that pot of monies to grow that pot of monies by funding expert developers, you know what I mean, that are building things and creating revenues that can pay back the loan, a number of people very simply and easily. Then you got the pot itself. You can leverage the pot itself by plopping it into a bank. So now that $1 billion, if you were to plop $1 billion into your own bank, right, which is what we're doing over here on this side of the tracks, way to hate us, right? That $1 billion will instantly become $10 billion because banks, whenever a bank has any asset, if they have $1 in their bank, which is, impossible, but I guess a minimum to start a brick and mortar bank is something like $1 million or something like that. The moment that they have their licensing and all that stuff, and they have their funds in that bank that they own, that $1 million instantly becomes $10 million on the books. $10 million. So with $1 billion in the bank, that will instantly become I'm talking about the bank that we own now. It's called ADIS. That $1 billion will instantly become $10 billion. Then you can leverage that instead of the hard liquid $1 billion. Now you got $10 billion. Okay, so this is easy. It's just simple and plain. All you got to do in order to get out of Babylon, when the book tells us to come out of her, my people, and then in another verse it tells you that you're not allowed to allow other nationalities to rule over you, then it's easy. All you gotta do is just follow the instructions in the book, and then you will be free. You don't have to worry about no clowns stopping you on the street. You don't have to worry about no clowns forcing you to go to court or forcing you to go to jail. See what I'm saying? We might have jails in our temporary kingdom. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure we will. because you niggas is fools. You understand me? So we gotta make sure you guys act right. And then don't forget now, we got stringent laws for capital punishment. So it's best for you to be a repentant Israelite trying to get into our kingdom. Because otherwise you might attempt to break a law punishable by death, and we don't have no choice but to honor the Most High, kill you with pleasure. So that's the show for the day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate you.